Well, from a run of the short, the classic, the iconic short tracks that we have been on the past couple of race weekends, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the fastest racetrack that we go to on the Stock Car World Cup calendar. This is the Talladega Superspeedway. It is the Crimson Tide 499 here in the Heartland, Alabama. A racetrack that has played home to some of the wildest races, the wildest upsets. The last time we were here, Ludovic Charette stole the victory on the last lap that ultimately ended up clinching her the championship. Just a 2-win season for Ludovic last year, and one of them came right here. And Jack Haas won here last spring in World Cup 4. It's been an absolutely topsy-turvy couple of past races, and after that wild and tumultuous run for the Grattan Autosport Mustangs at Dover Motor Speedway, Shane Van Gisbergen has found himself back in the point lead by 42 points over Ludovic Charette, 49 over Matt Tuck, and David Malukas. Don't look now, little Dave is coming. He is 59 points behind Shane Van Gisbergen. Pato Award is 70 points behind. 80 back is Joseph Newgard, and 90 back is Drew Webb after a solid run at the Dover Motor Speedway. 94 back is Cam Waters, and 102 back is Connor Zilich. Braden Perez took advantage of the opportunity last weekend. He made up some ground in the championship. Blake Keys made up a little bit of ground. Sam Mayer was moved up 6 positions. He's far off the championship hunt right now, but he moved his way up through the championship fight here. And as this season moves on, that race weekend at Dover could prove very crucial in how this championship plays out in front of us here, because this is the wildest racetrack that we go to on the calendar. This and Armory Digital Super Speedway. The past few seasons at Daytona, you've kind of gotten a rhythm of, we've seen the Acuras and the Pontiacs really own that racetrack. Enes Ganassi won there a couple times. Shane Van Gisbergen has won there twice. This racetrack just proves all sorts of chaos. We've seen Ryan Blaney win here. Ryan Blaney has won here twice, actually. This was the site of his last career win. We saw Kyle Larson has won here previously, the Ludovic Charette, as we said. Jack Haas won here last season. It was Team Williams' second career win as a organization. No, he was with HMS last season. That's my bad, folks. He was with HMS last season and got that win in that number 25 machine. So, anything can happen here at Talladega Superspeedway. It's the wildest 2.66 mile oval that we go to. The speeds will be well north of 230 miles an hour. The pack is going to be fast and furious, and you are going to have to make your moves count. Again, the championship fight, it's heating up at the top, and you're going to have to start. If you're sitting 3 miles an hour, the pack is going to be fast and furious, and you are going to have to make your moves count. Again, the championship fight, it's heating up at the top, and you're going to have to start. If you're sitting there and you're 118 back to your Braden Perez, Blaine Keys, look at that jump. There's 100 points in between Blaine Keys in 11th and William Byron in 12th. The top 11 have thoroughly separated themselves in this championship hunt, both in every statistical metric. So you are going to, if you're sitting there in your Keys, knowing that you have that huge cushion behind you, you need to take advantage of a potential opportunity here to steal a win from one of the big dogs in front of you. And in the constructors, it is getting interesting. Grattan Autosport has a 15-point lead over RFK, and then 3 behind RFK is Action Express Racing. But the gap for fourth is starting to heat up between United Autosport, Red Bull Verstappen, Team Penske, and Team 29 United. 13 points separate those 4 organizations. They've won twice this season. They have championship contenders. They have race winners. That is a very dynamic group of teams to be fighting for that 4th position in the constructors. And Chevrolet Hendrick Motorsports just has not done anything this year. They're only 7 up on Andretti Global, and they're just mired in the mid-pack. Connor Zilich is up there fighting for the championship, but they haven't shown any real pace. The Pontiacs feel like they're a bit off the A-game this year, which has made this championship fight so much more interesting. Again, it's Shane Van Gisbergen up leading the points in the Pontiac, and then it's Ford, Pontiac is Zilich, and then you got Braden Perez in the BMW, Blaine Keys in the Dodge. But the Ford superstar drivers, This is what they signed up for. You know, Charette, Tuck, Malukas, Award, Newgarden, Webb, Waters. It's an expensive group of drivers to keep together, but this is exactly what they have paid for, is to get all of these guys up here. Tyler Reddick, by the way, is 16th in points, just moved up 6 positions after his run at Dover. So you have a huge contingent of Ford drivers in the top 20. Only Stuart Gratton and Rogel Dorn. Rogel Dorn, by the way, who's a rookie, are the only 2 Ford drivers not in the top 20 in points. So it is fast. It is furious. It is the Talladega Superspeedway. It is going to be so exciting here today for 50 laps here around the fastest racetrack we go to. And on the pole for the second race weekend in a row, we find Tricon Garage and the 77. This time it's the 77 of Denny Hamlin on his first career pole. He's a guy who knows how to get it done around here. Tyler Reddick to the outside of him. He once won here back in, I believe it was season number 3, I believe he won here. So he's looking to go back to victory lane and his winless streak that he's been on. Row number 2, we find Nicholas Samadillo, who's had a fantastic qualifying run. The Audis are starting to bring some R&D updates alongside David Malukas, who has led 177 laps this season through the first 10 races. Absolutely torrid pace from that 21 as he climbs his way through the top of the points. Logan Williams on the inside of row number 3. He had, I believe, a car that had his motor not blown so early in at Dover. I think he could have moved up there and had a shot to go fight David Malukas for that win, or at the very least, Red Bull Verstappen could have gotten a double podium. And we see Chase Harris to the outside of row number 3. So I'm looking for these Audis today. I think they've always shown some good pace here. This might be the day they can break through and see something happen and end those 2 winless streaks that Otter Island Motorsport drivers are on. Row number 4, a defending Talladega winner from last year, Jack Haas in the 25. Outside of him, Stuart Gratton in the 23. Great qualifying for him. Row number 5 to the inside, we find Blaine Keys. And outside of him, Christian Lundgaard in the 92, who's kind of been Pacific Racing's best driver the past few weeks, which is not what I ever would have thought, but tip your hat to the young Danish driver. He's been amazing. William Sawalich and Matthew Huber. Row number 6. Row number 7, we find the championship leader, Shane Van Gisbergen. Outside of him, Max Davis. Row number 8, Leah Block and Matt Tuck, third in the points after that terrible race weekend at Dover. Row number 9 is Connor Zilish and Corey Heim in the 44. There's rumors of Heim leaving to go to a new team that we don't know about yet for next season. Row number 10, we find Ludovic Charette and Alex Palou. Some of the championship contenders starting out back here. But that's okay at Talladega. It can be a curse and a blessing because this track can eat you up in a heartbeat.
Your engines.
Well, here we go though, as we get the engines fired here in the great good old Alabama, the Talladega Superspeedway. See, all the cars are going to roll off of the grid here. 42, a Stock Car World Cup's finest, ready to take on this absolute cathedral, palace, temple of speed, whatever you would like to call it. It is one of the madhouse races that we go to. And truly, if you have a car that is fast enough to stay in the draft, it's one of the only times you can really say this, but this is a track that, you know, much like Armory Digital, we see at Daytona. Daytona's not an anyone can win game anymore. You know, the way these cars are developed, the way the aero package is, it's not an anybody's game. You need a good car. You need a good qualifying. You need to be very, very good, as we saw at the end of that Florida 500 in order to win at the Daytona International Speedway. Talladega, you still got to be good, but as long as your car can stay in the draft and it doesn't blow up the motor, you have a shot to win this race. I mean, we saw Mick Schumacher last season. He came up here and led a bunch of laps. We saw Jack Haas won this race. Ludovic Charette has never really been good here, but she came up here and stole a race last season. Ryan Blaney won here twice. Kyle Larson stole a win here before. Tyler Reddick won for Tricon Garage. So this is a very, very chaotic racetrack. And you're going to put the veteran of Denny Hamlin, the series veteran of Tyler Reddick, Nicholas Samadillo, David Malukas. We've got some heavy hitters on the front row of this race. If you're SVG, if you're Tuck, if you're Charette, I mean, this is going to get very, very spicy today. You don't want to get caught up into an accident. You don't want to have something happen that could blow this championship wide open. I mean, we know the 11 drivers who are in contention here for the championship. We know the 11 drivers who are in contention here for the championship as it stands. Could something happen today to add a twat to bring William Byron into that mix? I don't really know. He's got a lot of ground to make up, but fasten your seatbelts and hold on, ladies and gentlemen, because it's about to get very fast, very quickly as the cars come through the tri-oval. It's Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick. Let's go up through the gears, and we are green flag racing at the Talladega Superspeedway. Well, here we go through the tri-oval on lap number 1. Denny Hamlin in that 77 got shuffled his way out towards the back. And here comes Logan Williams. Those BMWs, Max Verstappen was on X this week, touting the updates that they're going to be bringing to those cars for the Charlotte Motor Speedway and the Carolina 600. But Logan Williams says, I want some redemption for last weekend and that really unfortunate result he had where that motor blew up early. They said it, the BMW guys said that was not expected at all. It kind of came up out of the blue, and it blew very quickly. But here comes Blaine Keys and the Dodge for Team Penske Williams, who have also been working tirelessly to bring a ton of updates to this 2 car and to get it more competitive here. This is a guy, Blaine, who knows how to get it done, or yeah, I shouldn't say knows how to get it done here. He's never won here before, but he is he is very good. But here comes the guy to beat here today, folks. The man who's been fantastic the past few seasons here at these super speedway style racetracks in these packs. It's Shane Van Gisbergen to the inside of Blake Keys. He's got Corey Heim, Alex Palou, Jamie Chadwick. Here comes Perez. Here comes Zilich, McLaughlin, Haas. We got 3 of the HMS cars. Oh boy, it is an absolute topsy-turvy mess here in the middle of the pack. Sam and Dio, Hamlin, Williams all getting shuffled in and out of this lineup. Charette stuck on the outside. Everybody still in the draft as we stand. Reddick and Hamlin went backwards in a hurry. Here comes Corey Heim now is going to take his turn here leading this pack. The 44 for Hamilton Racing Labs. He is going to jump his way to the front. He might give way very quickly to Brandon Perez, who squeezes the issue to the bottom of the racetrack. And now he's going to take the 2 HMS teammates, Zilich and McLaughlin. Keys jumps back down to the bottom. I mean, Keys, that Team Penske Williams team knows how to get it done. They have 2 wins here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Ryan Blaney. Here come the HMS boys, Zoe Zilich and McLaughlin's not going to play nice with his teammate. He's going to take it 3 wide here and say, I want to get my shot at this lead. Here comes Chase Elliott. We've got 3 Hondas up here. The Honda's looking very strong here. Historically, they've been quite good. The Honda Acura program. Don't do it. Woo! Stay with us now. It's only lap 5, gang. Let's not do it now. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm nervous. This isn't going to end well. I have a bad feeling about this. If you're Tuck, you might want to find your way to the bottom or to bounce out of this pack as fast as possible because this is getting dicey in the middle of the field. Webb's going to go to the top. Here comes Keys. Here comes Kyle Larson. And here comes Nathan Stapleton. We might have to write a documentary on him, depending on how this season turns up. He fired Jesse Love before Auto Club and has been nothing but sensational in that O2 machine. He is currently 25th in points, and he's only been in, this is only his 7th race. He didn't race the first 4 races. He's 25th in points, folks. He has been outstanding. I don't know if he can catch up to the top 10 in points, but, I mean, what a run by Stapleton here. And there goes the 311 for the Action Express Racing. Here comes Pato, Harris, Smith, Rose, Mayer, Rogel Dorn. We got all sorts of big names here. Blaine Keys is up there. And here comes SVG. You don't want this 311 to get control of the race here because we know he is an expert at controlling the lanes as we saw at Daytona. Shane Van Gisbergen is just so smooth at keeping that car top to bottom, especially at the Daytona International Speedway. But Here comes Chase Harris. Here comes Nathan Smith. Recently signed a contract to go to Red Bull Verstappen Racing for the 2027 season. And it's going to be single file there for the top two. Smith is getting a big old push from Sam Mayer. Rogal Dorn going to the inside of his teammate. Max Davis, Liam Block, Kyle Kirkwood, Mick Schumacher. He had a very strong car here in both of the races last season. Would love to have a shot to get some redemption. Alpine always shows up strong here at Talladega, and Mick has kind of become a really good, drafting track racer here. He's good at Daytona, but he is just so good here at Talladega. Knows how to work the draft, cut his way through the field, control the lanes. There's some rumors about his future. He is going to be on the grid next year, but there's rumors it might not be for EEL Alpine Racing Team, so we will just have to see where he ends up here. But top four pulling away now, and this is a hell of a tandem here at the front of this field. It's SVG, Chase Harris in the R11 Motorsport Audi, Nathan Smith, and Rogal Dorn. What a group here at the front of this field. As here comes Harris in the 75 to the inside of Shane Van Gisbergen. Is Nathan Smith going to take his shot? Oh, he's not going to get a shot because Rogal Dorn's going to jump to the inside of him. And then the two ladies in pink, Leah Block, Dorianne Pin has found her way up here, and so has David Malukas. All sorts of surprise names here controlling the start of this race here at Talladega. 2x2 through the rest of the pack. Most of the rest of the pack. You got Tuck, Charette, Samadillo, Newgarden, Byron Williams. You know, this is Perez, my bad. That's Braden Perez. Matthew Huber starting to lose the draft. Rogal Dorn's going to lead that lap, I believe. Ooh, dead heat at the line, according to the scoring tower. Unbelievably close action here at the start of this race. And here comes Dorianne Pin. Getting a big old push from David Malukas, but she's going to give way a little bit here. Malukas is going to find his way to the inside, and he's got a star-powered train lined up behind him. Stapleton, McLaughlin, Sowalich, Logan Williams, Max Davis, Corey Heim. Drags Stapleton to the middle of the racetrack here. Goes back down to the bottom. Malukas has been really good the past couple of races. Has led a ton of laps. He won at Dover, led 93 laps of the 100. One of the highest laps led percentages in a race in World Cup history. Here comes Stapleton. Malukas led that lap. Now here comes McLaughlin. Here comes Williams. Sowalich taking it to the inside of the two veterans. And Logan Williams, the second-year driver. He really was reminiscing on that missed opportunity at Dover. Here comes Corey Heim, though, 3x3 at the front of this pack. Heim's going to lead that lap. No, it was... Oh, no. Whew, the scoring tower had to refresh there for a second. I'm a little nervous. Oh, every time they go 4 wide here. It's not like Daytona where it's a death sentence, but my goodness, with how this field has been so dicey here. It's not, Ooh, this is gonna get so tight. Oh my goodness, 4 wide here at the front of this pack. It's tucked to the inside of Hamlin. My goodness, Cam Waters jumped to the lead, but we're not even paying attention to that at the moment because this could be oh so big if something goes wrong here. Schumacher and Larson and Shane Van Gisbergen, the point leader, has to be sweating bullets right now because he almost just saw his season flash before his eyes. It's going to break up the back of this pack a little bit here. We might see some drivers. This second pack here, or kind of are starting to form a second pack in the back, which isn't good for some of those drivers. It's Waters, Tuck. It's about to be Malukas up to third. 3 Ford Mustangs on the podium at the moment. They're once again showing very, very strong here. 3 of their heaviest hitters, Pato O'Ward. It's funny, I mean, just a few laps ago, we're talking about how this race is bringing all sorts of new players to the front of this field. And then there we got Waters, Tuck, Malukas, Pato, William Byron, Ludovic Charette, Braden Perez. It's like all the big names come up, find their way to the front of this field regardless of what happens. Stuart Gratton in the Jed Weld machine. I'm sorry, I'm Jed Wen. Alright, revoke my English card. The Jeld Wen car. Here comes Byron. Here comes Pato, looking for his first career win. The top two, just like they were at Rockingham, Tuck, and O'Ward. Here comes William Byron. Charette, Perez, Kirkwood, Elliott. It is fast and the furious up here at the front of this pack. I am surprised that we haven't seen a caution yet, given the amount of four-wide action we saw. But this is the heavy hitters showdown that I think a lot of people were not quite expecting to get here at Talladega. But we also were expecting an accident by now, to be quite honest with you. And we're going to be 2x2, and we're going to keep this train going here, sending cars through the front and the back of this race. 3 wide at the stripe. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Imagine if that was the finish. Uh-oh. Careful, careful. Careful, folks. Careful. Got everybody jostling for position. Gotta give credit. Want to give credit. I know he's in last place, but give credit to Matthew Huber. He's somehow holding on to the back of this pack in that #1 machine. He's doing an excellent job. 16 laps into this race, and he is still fighting up there. He's not out of this race yet, folks. I mean, this could go any which way. If he is in the right position at the right time, like William Sawalich is right now, he's going to get to take his turn at lead in the race. It is absolutely a madhouse here at Talladega. It's Sawalich, Heim, Schumacher, Van Gisbergen. That's Samadillo in the red numbered Otter Island Motorsports Audi A6. And Ryan Blaney, a 2-time winner here. Now imagine if I believe if Ryan Blaney wins here, I think he's the first ever 3-time winner at the same location. If my memory serves, because I don't think Matt Tuck has won 3 times anywhere. I don't think Tuck or Charette have won 3 times anywhere. They've won twice at 1 or 2 locations. But if Ryan Blaney were to win here, he would be the first ever 3-time winner at the same racetrack in Stock Car World Cup history. And I emphasize, it's Talladega Superspeedway, so just think on that, folks. Just think on that. To be the first 3-time winner, Ooh, sort it out. Sort it out, please. Sort it out. Oh, we keep sorting it out. Keep sorting it out. Leah Block was last just a few laps ago. Matthew Huber, look at this. Huber in the 1. To the inside of both the Grattan Autosport cars. Just signed a contract with Grattan Racing Technologies, so we know Team Impol will be shutting down most likely at the end of this season. Oh, little Dave. Oh, boy. This would not be the day to crash out if you are David Malukas. Uh-oh. Are we going to get some back row shenanigans? Back of the pack shenanigans, 3 wide. They're going to sort it out here. And it's 2x2 back at the front of this pack. And here comes Max Davis. Here comes Davis. Here comes Tuck. Here comes Ryan Blaney. Uh-oh. 4 wide at the front of the pack. Uh-oh. 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 I don't like this. Can we sort this out and not wreck half the field on lap number 20? Oh, this is so sketchy watching them as they try and sort this out. 3 wide, 4 wide goes down to 3 wide, goes back to 2 wide. Larson's kind of in the pinch maneuver there. Oh, there they go! There they go! That's Webb, that's Chadwick, that's Elliott up and over for the ride of his life. Oh, no. Oh, Chadwick spins back down the racetrack. Oh, no. Did Ludovic Charette get involved? I don't think so. That's exactly what we were afraid of, though, folks. The back of the pack getting involved in some heavy topsy-turvy chaos, and that is 7th in points. Drew Webb came into this race 90 points off the championship hunt, was right there for the taking, and it's no longer there for the taking. He is up in the catch fence there. He is out of this race here, and that is going to drastically hurt his championship chances here. Hopefully we didn't have any more incidents. Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy. Did we have some argy-bargy? I think we had a little argy-bargy coming back to the caution because I see damage on Lundgaard and some damage on Hamlin. Oh, what a huge accident there. You can just see the tire skids as they went up the top of the racetrack. Well, Cam Waters, Chase Harris, Connor Zilich, William Sawalich, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Corey Heim, Blake Keys, Max Davis. 3 of the Team Penske Williams cars are in the top 10. They are having a very strong race here. R11 Motorsports is looking really good today, too, I must add. Chase Harris looks fast. Sam Medea looks fast. Matthew Huber. What was I just saying a few minutes ago, folks? Keep out of the wrong place at the right time. Be in the right place at the right time. Not saying he's gonna win this race, but he's still in it. And it ain't over till it's over here. Waters gonna win the race off of pit road. Now we didn't talk about the fuel window in the pre-race. It's gonna be. We should be. I think that's our only stop of the day. I believe that's our only stop of the day. Should be. Should be able to make it from here. So, Waters, Harris, Zilich, Sawalich, Blaney, Heim, Larson, Byron, Smith, Sam Medeo. Herta's going to jump some positions. Williams, Davis, Stapleton, Tuck, Palou, Haas, Block, Miata, Kirkwood, Dorn, Perez, Malukas, Keys. Keys lost a ton of positions there. Van Gisbergen, Huber, Mayer, Schumacher, Rose, Grattan, Award, Newgarden still in this. Charette, Pin. Oh, Scotty Mack has some damage. That's so... Oh, I guess we know now who rammed into him. Reddick's got some damage too. Troxel, Lundgaard. So, we're going to get this field sorted back out. And then we will get the restart here, folks, at the Talladega Superspeedway. That stakes are going to continue to rise. It's been a heck of a show and a speed so far. We'll be right back with this restart. So watch Drew Webb in the 18 gets to the inside of the 28, and that pinch maneuver didn't work out. Up and over into the fence. The 28, the 66, the 18. Huge accident here down in turns 3 and 4 at Talladega. Some big flips. Only 4 cars it looks like are going to get involved. But that is one of the bigger accidents that we've seen all year. I mean, look at that. Just look at that. Unbelievable carnage here at Talladega, as we'll get back to racing here shortly. Well, we're halfway. We're closing in on halfway. It's been absolute chaos to this point, but we've dropped a couple cars. Elliott, Webb, and Chadwick are out of the race. Huge hit for Drew Webb in the championship. He came into this race in 7th, 90 points back. It's not ending his championship, but it's not going to help his championship hunt. We might have to say goodbye to a few more contenders, too, because we're going to be watching Lundgaard, Troxel, Reddick, Hamlin, and possibly McLaughlin to see if they can get up to speed on this restart. So we got a couple cars out of the race, one big heavy hitter, really a few actually, because Hamlin and McLaughlin are 2 guys I think we thought could contend for the win. SVG lost some time in the restart. Ludovic Charette's got to start finding her way to the front of this field, because Matt Tuck is near the front of the field. SVG, Keys, Perez, Malukas are all in front of her. So you got to start working your way up here if you're Charette. In the meantime, if you're Cam Waters, 94 points back. Connor Zilich, 102 points back. I mean, William Byron's 230, but he's ahead of Van Gisbergen at the moment, and Tuck, and Charette. So, door being left open. SVG still hanging out in the middle of the pack at the moment. But the pack has gotten a little bit smaller, maybe a little less chaotic. We should be good to go to the end of the race on our fuel and tire situation, but we will get to see. It's going to get very dicey. But a single file restart. They always play out a little differently. And here we go. Cam Waters, the South Boston winner. Chase Harris hasn't won in a hot minute. And Connor Zilich, we are back up through the gears. Larson's going to peek to the outside. Probably going to get shuffled out here kind of quickly, but that's not the end of the world here at this stage of the going. The bottom lane here really getting organized kind of quickly, pulling away from Logan Williams, Colton Herta, Max Davis. Tuck is also on the outside. Charette is trying to see if she can get some help from... Oh, Ludovic Charette. Uh-oh, folks. That's not good for Ludovic Charette. Did not get around, unless she has some damage to that car that we're not seeing. That is a big gap to make up if you are Ludovic Charette. She is going to need to find the draft off the back of Scott McLaughlin very, very quickly, or this championship fight is going to start getting awkward for her. And we have 2 packs now. I'm not sure what happened here while we were watching that. Is something wrong with Matt Tuck? Something wrong with the 54? Uh-oh, folks. Oh, the 54's got some damage. Oh, no. Oh, no. The 54 has damage. Oh, this is a disaster for Grattan Autosport. Charette's lost the draft. The 54 has damage, and the 18 is out of this race. From bad to extremely bad here for Grattan Autosport. And the only thing that's saving them right now is SVG's not in this lead pack. SVG is caught at the back of this pack that Tuck kind of held up here as they were all trying to get by him. But this is a disaster for Grattan Autosport. In a weekend, they could not afford to have that disaster. What did we say in pre-race? Somebody leaves the door open for William Byron, Sam Mayer, Chase Elliott, Caleb Rose, Tyler Reddick, Logan Williams, Max Davis, Corey Heim. Are they going to walk through it? Well, currently, 2 of them are trying to. The stakes continue to rise here at the Talladega Superspeedway, not in the way that I think we thought. And it's Cam Waters now who's got the opportunity presented in front of him to make up some serious ground in this championship. William Byron, if he could somehow hold on for the next 26 laps, he would have a huge opportunity. One of our Talladega winners from last season, Jack Haas, and now HMS is looking like they're in control of this race. It's a 1-2 as we speak for the Hendrick Motorsports gang. It's Chase Harris third, Nathan Smith, Corey Heim. I really like the pace that Heim is showing, and look at the bottom of the racetrack. It's the 2 Red Bull Verstappen BMWs lined up on the bottom. Ooh, that whole pack just shifted to the top of the lane. It is getting very, very, very tense here at the front of this field. If you are Braden Perez and Connor Zilich, you are smelling blood in the water here. And unfortunately, the 92 of Christian Lundgaard, despite his past 2 races going really good for him, that is not pace that you can be holding around this racetrack with the speed that these guys race at. So those 2 have been, the 92 and the 97 have been parked, and here comes Braden Perez for the lead at the Talladega Superspeedway, coming to 21 laps to go. He won at Sonoma. Here comes Ryan Blaney. Here comes Ritomo Miata and Stuart Grattan to the bottom of the racetrack with Caleb Rose, Sam Mayer, Mick Schumacher looking for his redemption from last season. He's going to get shuffled out of line by Blaine Keys. Go in and taking a look here. In the 26th position, we find Shane Van Gisbergen. If this pack doesn't form back up, he's not going to have a shot to catch up to this lead draft. We're going to keep an eye on him. 2.4 seconds back that time by. Oh, here comes Blaney as he's going to get to the bottom of Perez. Side by side, Ryan Blaney hasn't won since season number 2 here at Talladega. He's looking to end a long winless streak, but here comes Stuart Gratton to the point. And it's Mayer, Gratton, SVG is dragging that second pack back to the front of this pack. And it's Gratton with help from Mayer, but he's got the 2 HMS cars lined up behind him, and they want to go to the front. And you can see SVG is fighting his way back into this picture. Oh, Stewart tried to throw a big block there on Byron, but Byron said, no, sir, you are not going to get that position. And Connor Zilic jumps to the bottom of the racetrack, pushing Byron. Oh, Zilic misjudged the move, and now here comes Malukas is going to get some space. Colton Herta, who's never won in Stock Car World Cup. So Wallach, the rookie. Stapleton, Davis. Maybe these 2 Otter Island Motorsports cars can line this up better than the BMWs did. And SVG caught right back up to this pack here. Championship-wise, this could be huge. Keep an eye on that 311. Oh, I think these 2, I think the 77 and the 11, the 77 and the 29, they're not going to park. I don't think they're going to want to park the 51, but they're going to have to do something about the 29 and the 77. Oh, they're running right on pace, so I think they're going to leave him out here. Uh-oh, folks. Here comes Max Davis to the point. He's got help from Sam Mendio. He's got help from Harris. Well. Get ready. Get ready. It's coming. The Talladega lap car shuffle is coming. This is where this race could get turned upside down on its head. You can see SVG, Smith, Williams moving their way to the front. Larson's going to lead a lap. Palou is right behind him. 17 laps to go at Talladega. The stakes are getting higher and higher by the lap. Oh, here comes our point leader, SVG, working his way to the bottom of the racetrack with help from Logan Williams. He's got both of his biggest championship rivals are square well in the pack. One of them, he's going to have a shot to lap here in just a few laps. Maybe next lap. Look at this field here, folks. This is almost everybody. We have everybody back to Matthew Huber in 29th position under a blanket here. And our point leader is going to be the first to meet the lap cars. Oh, Hamlin's going to go to the bottom of Reddick. Oh, and they're going to have to check up big time. Can Larson and Smith work the top? Oh, Reddick and Hamlin are going to slide up and block the top 2 lanes, and the bottom of the lane's going to, the bottom of the racetrack's going to get free ride to jump away. Williams, Dorn, Haas, Heim, Pin. Oh, that's not good. That is not good there. Timing there for SVG and Larson. Oh, this is going to be a madhouse to get by Ludovic Charette, who I don't think has a damaged race car. She's just way off the pace here because she lost the draft on the restart. Oh, what a wild turn of events here. What an unbelievable turn of events here. I'm not really sure what I was supposed to do with those 2 lap cars there at that moment because they were pacing on the same pace as Ludovic Charette, clearly. Clearly that is a mistake on my part. I want to apologize. Charette's gotten back up to speed here, I think. I don't know if she has damage or not. It looks like that 51, pace-wise, might still have some damage from something. I don't know what. I guess we'll find out. We'll keep an eye on the 51, but up here at the front of the pack, it's Logan Williams, Jack Haas, Rogan Dorn, and Dorian Pin here in the top 5 with Blaine Keys. Folks, Matthew Huber has driven himself into the 9th position. This is one of his best drives that he has ever had in Stock Car World Cup. Pinned at the bottom of the racetrack. What does Corey Heim do? How does he help this 83 hold her position and move closer through the front of this field? This is the fun part about Talladega. The one thing I will say, yeah, Ludovic Charette just does not have it. I would have thought she would have been able to like catch back up once she got some draft, but it's not happening. Well, we've got a breakaway here at the front of this pack because I don't think this group of 5, 6, 7 cars, as they're all starting to finally get by Charette. We're going to have to do something about those 3 at some point here in the future. Yeah, Ludovic Charette, there's just no pace in that 51. She tried. You gotta give her credit, but cannot hold any amount of speed there in that 51 machine. It's just not there today. Something I think happened under that caution there with the 54 Tuck, because she's just falling like a rock. Oh, but here we go. This is the battle for the lead of the race, and the championship stakes are going through the roof right now because Shane Van Gisbergen has found his way as he's going to go to the front of this pack with help from Matthew Huber in the Team Impol Nissan. 10 laps to go at Talladega Superspeedway. Could SVG wrap up his 3rd win of the season? Tuck is halfway down the back, coming off of turn number 4. So they've got half track for the moment. So they've got a big old lead. But it's Huber, it's Grattan, it's Heim. If you're Stuart Grattan, I think you need to get up there and you need to stop this 311 from winning, but look at the gap that he's pulling away here. And what can the Hamilton Racing Lab teammates do? Pin and Heim, they're finding themselves squarely up here in the fight. They came into the constructors behind Emmett Meyer Shank Racing, only ahead of Tricon, R11, Alpine, and Team Impol. This would be a huge day for them, but here comes David Malukas, championship contender David Malukas. He's probably going to jump up to 2nd after the outcome of this. He is going to jump Ludovic Charette and Matt Tuck. And Charette and Matt Tuck, who were both pinned as favorites in Las Vegas at the start of the season, they're going to come into this race. They came into this race thinking they were going to be able to, you know, just hold your positions and you can walk away with something big here, but it's not looking that way. It is looking like it's going to be, if this holds, it's Shane Van Gisbergen and David Malukas are 1-2 in the points. Blake Keys is going to gain massively. Sam Mayer might find his way up to 12, is going to find his way up to 12th in the points. Can Malukas get a push from Williams? Is Malukas going to try and push Pin? I don't know if Pin has a fast enough car to get this done. There's a bunch of fast Hondas, though. It's Grattan and Dorn. We were talking in the pre-race how Stuart Grattan and Roland Dorn are the only 4 drivers not in the top 20 in points. Well, they're the only 4 drivers up here who can stop Shane Van Gisbergen, unless we get a late race yellow. Unless it's one of these 3. Now a straightaway. And I think these leaders are going to have to fight their way through some lap traffic. Colton Herta's up to 4th. Herta's never won a Stock Car World Cup race before. Jack Haas had never won a Stock Car World Cup race before. He did here last season. Could history repeat itself and Talladega produces another first-time winner? Tyler Reddick got his second career win here, my bad. He won his first career race at Willow Springs way back in the day. Oh, but this is getting intense. 6 laps to go. It's SVG. It's Logan Williams. It's David Malukas, Corey Heim, Blaine Keys, Jack Haas, Sam Mayer, Stuart Gratton, Rogel Dorn, Dorian Pinn, Colton Herta, Blaney, and Huber, I think, are going to be non-factors in the outcome of this race. They just don't seem to have the car to keep up with this, but it's Williams up against his old ride, SVG. Boy, oh boy, Logan Williams last season, who won a race at North Wilkesboro for Action Express Racing. He would love to get a one-up on them here and beat that 311, but he's got the Team 29 United Mustang of David Malukas crawling down, breathing down his neck here. 5 laps to go. Corey Heim has had one of the better cars here all race. His teammate Dorian Pinn is fast. This pack is starting to separate, though. I don't know if these top 5 have just finally broken away here, or if Pinn might be holding the draft up. Huber and Blaney have caught back up here. This is what I was saying, this is the part of Talladega that when it gets single file here late in the going, you have to be very tactical in your maneuvers. Heim's going to get to the bottom of David Malukas. Heim needs to do something quickly if he wants to have a shot to go up here and win. He hasn't won since season number 1 at Euro Speedway in the Audi Euro Double. Boy, what a way to end a winless streak this would be for him. Sam Mayer won at Charlotte last season. Sam Mayer's got a thing for only winning big races. And this would be this would be up there with that Carolina 600 win from last season for one of the biggest wins of his career. He's got Pinn to the outside. Pinn tries to fit down there in between Keys and Mayer. It's not going to happen. Does Logan Williams have enough? Does he need a push from Heim? SVG, the Pied, becoming the Dale, or he's kind of becoming the Dale Jr. of these super speedway races. He got the lead here late, and with both of his championship contenders out of the picture here today, this is huge for him. I don't know, though. Sam Mayer in that 96. He's trying. He's trying everything he has here. Blake Keys is trying everything he has. Does Dorian Pinn have a last-ditch effort in her? I don't know if they're going to catch these drivers. Here we go. It is Logan Williams with 5 and a bit miles to go to get around SVG. He can't find his way yet. Looks to the bottom here. He's going to need a huge run from Corey Heim or some sort of a push, but Sam Mayer's going to keep trying to force the issue. It might be now or never for Logan Williams. Pinn's going to the outside. We got the 2 Team Penske teammates here. Penske Williams teammates of Keys and Blaney. A fantastic double top 6 for them on the rise here. Keys is going to try and get to the inside of Mayer. It's the white flag here at Talladega Superspeedway. They're not going to catch the lap cars, so it's SVG, Logan Williams, Corey Heim to settle it here. Top 6 have broken away. I don't know if there's anything left in these cars here to get by Shane Van Gisbergen. Does Logan Williams have a move in him? Oh, he's just not close enough. He's not close enough, or he doesn't trust the run. Oh boy, well what a day to step up and get back on his A game. It's been a past couple of weeks of struggle here for Shane Van Gisbergen, but his biggest championship contender struggled here today. He did not. He steps up to the plate, and Shane Van Gisbergen's going to win the Crimson Tide 499 here at Talladega Superspeedway over Logan Williams, Corey Heim, Sam Mayer, Ryan Blaney, Blaine Keys, Dorian Pinn gets a second, I believe her second career top 10, David Malukas, and Stuart Gratton, Rogel Dorn. Unbelievable stuff here. What a timing of that W for Shane Van Gisbergen. I just don't know. I don't know what Logan Williams, I think, needed to be more aggressive there. It's tough because, I mean, this is a huge day for him in the points, but he had the opportunity there, just didn't have enough to take advantage of it as I think he would have wanted to. but Shane Van Gisbergen had the opportunity in front of him. Ryan Blaney gets the fastest lap of the race. Shane Van Gisbergen had the opportunity presented in front of him today. Two other drivers had an opportunity in Matt Tuck and Ludovic Charette, and they did not take advantage of it. And this is going to throw the championship way back into Shane Van Gisbergen's favor here. Back-to-back wins on super speedways. He won at Daytona. He's won here at Talladega now. It really is becoming a master of these drafting tracks here. I mean, Drew Webb, Ludovic Charette, just that is a disaster for Charette, Newgarden, Tuck, Award. It is going to move. Van Gisbergen's going to blow that points lead up. Malukas is going to jump to second. And then it should be Charette and Tuck, Award, Newgarden, and they're going to be way far back. Although I think Connor Zilich, 18th, he might have a shot to jump some of these drivers. He's going to at least close in a little bit, relatively speaking. Braden Perez had an opportunity, couldn't really close anything in on it today. Sam Mayer, who came in this race 243 back, he gets another top 5, so he's moving his way in the right direction here. Back-to-back top 5s for him. Ryan Blaney, that's his first top 5 of the season. Corey Heim, that's his first top 10 and top 5, so that's a great result for him. Dorianne Pinn, that's actually her third top 10 of the season, so that's my bad. Third top 10 of the season for Dorianne Pinn. That's a great year she's got going on here for her. Roel Dorn gets his second top 5, and Jack Haas in his hunt to get out of the basement, just close of missing his first top 10 of the season, but a great run for Haas nonetheless. Stuart Gratton did everything he could to make up for his other drivers who really did not do anything productive today. Blaine Keys, the rest of those top 10. Herta had a great run. Matthew Huber, shout at him. 13th position. What a run there for the young up-and-coming star in this series. Byron, Stapleton, Kirkwood, Zilich, Rose, and Pelot round out the top 20. That does it here, though, from the Talladega Superspeedway. That was wild. That was crazy. That is a championship-altering race. And if we look back, you know, we are now 11 rounds down in this championship. If after the dust settles at round 32 in the Grattan Industries Indiana World Cup Final, and it's Shane Van Gisbergen or David Malukas holding the trophy, and the Grattan Autosport duo of Tuck and Charette is not, you're going to look back on this race and you're going to be like, that was a turning point in this championship, and that really cost them at the end of the day. Not saying it's going to, but that was a big misstep. Back-to-back weekends for Charette and Tuck where they have royally struggled, and Van Gisbergen and Malukas stepped up to the plate. You can't keep getting away with that. Eventually it's going to come back to haunt you. But we'll find out as the season progresses. Third win of the season for Shane Van Gisbergen in 11 races. He ties the all-time win record for most wins in a single season. That does it here all for us from the Talladega Superspeedway. We'll see you guys possibly next week. Not really sure how the upload schedule is going to follow here, but hopefully next week is Montreal. And then we'll be back on AG, the channel for the Carolina 600. And I think that's shaping up to be one of the biggest races possibly in the history of the series. The big under the floodlights at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. One of the highest stakes races of the season so far. Congratulations to Shane Van Gisbergen and Action Express Racing on their third win of the season here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Until Montreal, we'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen.